Hello, Shiners. Welcome to Monday Night Chat. You know the drill. I'm going to get set up while people get the notification that we're on. And I am on early tonight because I figured I'd go ahead and do the drawings from the incentives and participation drawing and all that kind of stuff for March. So if you happen to be watching the replay like later down the road, then you can fast forward probably 10 minutes because we're going to do drawings and all that kind of stuff before we actually get into the training. So I figured I'd do it in one swoop. So hello, say hi as you're popping on. And if you are watching the replay, you can put replay down in the comments. Okay, good. All right, I think I have that set. Hi, friends. Hey, Amber, Tiffany, Lindsay. I'm gonna get comfortable in my little couch. Should be good, right? I wonder, instead of me taking my phone off, yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that so I don't have to take my phone off the stand. Okay, I am going to, where's my little tally things, get right into the drawings, and then we'll do the normal introduction thingy for the training. Okay, so last month was amazing. It was the best month that we've had in a while. The challenge that we did for the Stomp challenge was amazing. You guys did so great. So many great ideas with the sharing is caring hashtag. I'm thinking about carrying that out like month after month because there were so many amazing ideas that you guys shared in the group and crap that I didn't even know. So it was amazing. So maybe I will do something like that going forward. Like every month we'll do maybe a sharing is caring drawing for to keep encouraging you guys to share all the really fun, great things. So so this is what I did. We'll do the Stomp one first. So I just went through and pulled up each of the hashtags and tallied everything up based on the hashtag. So if you didn't do a hashtag post shouting yourself out, then it didn't get counted on here. And there was some of you that missed some entries. And for every single shout out post you did with the hashtag, you got a point to go into the drawing. So I'm gonna go through who got what points really quick because it was really great. Amber completely dominated with 19 points, 19 entries. She had a crap ton of parties between parties with hostesses and her own parties, and a ton of sharing is caring posts as well. So she had 19 points. Shelly was next with 13. Again, a ton of sharing is caring points on there. Lots of super great ideas from other groups, their own ideas, stuff from the workstation that we could have missed in the news tab. All of that stuff is super great to share. So if you're new or if you really didn't participate in the challenge or anything like that, if you happen to be on your workstation and your news tab, or you're in another group and you see something that's really cool and you haven't seen it in our group, like share it, copy and paste it, take a screenshot, something, share it in the group, let us see it, because you know there's a bajillion Scentsy groups and you know we don't see everything that everybody else sees. So if you think it's awesome, it probably is. So definitely share anytime you want in this group. Next is Miranda had 6 points. Amy Sanders had 5 points. Liz had 4, Lisa 3, oh, Sel had 4, and then a couple of like onesie twosies here and there. So we're gonna do that one first. I took all of the points. So if you had, like Amber had 19 points, so she got her name put in 19 times. So that's how that's gonna work. So however many points you had is how many times your name gets put in the thing. And we are gonna spin it, and then whoever wins gets a $50 Amazon gift card. And what else did I say? A goodie box from me. And then I think the other things I put on there that you get is like, you're growing your business, you get a bigger paycheck, right? All that natural stuff that's gonna happen anyway when you work your business. So I'm gonna try to do this and this at the same time. We'll see how it works. Because normally I hold my phone, but I don't want to take it off the thing. So we're gonna do it like this. And you're gonna see my ring light. Oh my gosh, it could literally be anyone. Who is it? I can't see. Liz! Liz ain't even on here. How many points did Liz have? 4 points. She had 4 points and she wins. See? Doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. Anybody can win. I wish I would, oh man, I'm so unprepared. I would have had my little do-do-do horn thing, right? Congrats, Liz. I will get your $50 Amazon gift card when we get paid on the 10th. And also work on getting a fun surprise box out to you. I'm so proud of you guys. You guys did so great with that challenge. It was really fun. I literally had the best time with you guys posting and shouting yourself out the whole time. It was amazing. Next we are going, oh, I just put it in the thing. So next we're going to do the participation drawing. Oh, you know what? Y'all know I am half crazy. Let me make notes because I'll be like, who won the challenge? So Liz, and then she'll be messaging me, $50 Amazon goodie box. Okay. So participation challenge. So every month, this is what we do every month for you newbies. I just started it. What, this is our 2nd month doing it maybe? 3rd? I can't remember. Anyway, hey Shelly, for participation, anytime, if you don't know how Facebook groups work, right? Anytime that you post or you comment, it kind of gives you Facebook points and puts you up in the top contributor list in the Facebook group. So I do this for my VIP group as well because you want your customers and I want you guys to post and comment in here, right? It's your page. It's not my page. It's for you. It's your page. So I want you guys to, you know, have fun and post things and ask questions and comment and cheer everyone on and all the great things, right? So I want to do a drawing for the top 10 contributors every single month. So I will, I'm going to spin the wheel and I'll tell you who's on the list, but I'll also post it. So that way, because it'll tell you how many posts you made and how many comments you made. And so that way, if you're trying to get in the top 10, you can kind of see like, oh, well, if I maybe would have posted a couple more times last month, I could have gotten the top 10 to be in the drawing, right? So I will post that after this. So here's who was in the top 10. And this is number 1, like top to the number 10th person. So Shelly was number 1 again this month. Congratulations, Shelly, with all of your amazingness. Amber, number 2. Anita, Miranda, Kristen, Liz, Amy, that was Amy Sanders, Lisa, Dory, and Lizzie. So those were our top 10 contributors for the month of March. And so we are going to spin the wheel and see who's going to get a prize. Let me get ready. Okay. Woo! That's my mom, y'all. So, I'll bring my horn next time. Congrats, Anita. Hashtag mom. Let me write that down. And I will get a little prize out to you. Let's see. Participation. Mom. Okay, and now the last thing, which isn't a drawing, but I want to announce the winner of our little family, no, what was it called? Friendly Feud game. That was super fun. I am really heavily thinking about tweaking that a little bit and making it more like Scentsy type questions and just turning that into a party, because how much fun would that be, right? Because I'm thinking I can make some up where, and obviously you could make all the answers up. You know, what are the top 6 favorite warmers or whatever, right? Ooh, I could probably like poll my VIP group. Yes. I have lots of wheels turning. Anyway, how fun would that be for a party? We had one person that just crushed it with all the points. And the winner of the Spring Friendly Feud that we played on Saturday, right? Yeah, Saturday, was Nikki. Nikki crushed it with 20 points. And the next one was 13 points. We had like 1, 2, 3. We had 3 people with 13 points, which was Miranda, Katie, and Lizzie. So congrats, Nikki. She doesn't usually watch these because she thinks I talk too much and my videos are too long. She's probably right. It's okay. I will message her. But she won the Friendly Feud, and so I'm going to send her a prize. Prizes are fun. Okay. Nikki prize. All right. That's all of our prizes. What time is it? 8:33. So I'm not too far over. So that's good. And I don't think I need this anymore. Perfect. Okay, so now we'll get into the training. Welcome to Monday Night Chat. If you are new, every Monday night at 8:30, when I don't have crazy hospital drama, hopefully we never have that again, right? If life isn't crazy, then I am on here every Monday night at 8:30 Eastern, and I talk about a topic, some kind of topic, whatever I happen to come up with. And I'm definitely going to be, I really liked the little poll thing that we did this time. So I think I'm going to do that. Maybe not every time, because there's some things that I feel like I need to just talk about. But I thought the topic thing was fun. So we're going to do that more often to get your ideas on what you guys want to talk about. So I want to say, nope, that's not my notes. All right, so the topic that you guys chose was getting people to join without hounding them, right? And when they really kind of don't want to anyway. So I have to give a shout out to Dory for this topic because she inspired me to make this a topic based off a comment. And I don't know if you guys saw it, but I had posted about the incentive that we have going on right now. And I had posted the rewards, and she had made a comment about, oh, I'm not going to get any of these rewards because you have to, bring on a friend and help them get certified, right? So my question to her was, why do you say that? Like, do you say that because you don't want to bring on people and help them get certified? Or is it because you don't know how to do that, right? Because if you don't want to, then that's totally fine, right? We have tons of people in here that just do not want to deal with anybody else, right? They have their little customer group and they're like, leave me alone, I'm fine, which is perfect. And then, there's people that want to have people join them and, build a team and have a little fun group, but they just don't really know how to do it effectively, right? So her thing was, well, I don't want to hound them. She said, I know they're not going to want to join to begin with. And then I don't want them to think that I'm hounding them and leave my group, and then they're not a customer anymore, right? So I was like, that's 100% exactly how I felt before I started doing it, before I started recruiting people. So I was like, that's going to be a super great topic to talk about. So I made some notes. For those that have been around for a while, you know, I squirrel a little bit, but I'm going to try to keep this at 30 minutes. I'll probably go a little bit over, maybe, because I talk a lot. But if you have questions or ideas or thoughts, please drop them down in the comments as I'm chatting away, and I will answer them as we go, okay? So, the first thing that I want to say is that you probably feel, there's probably two reasons that you feel this way. If you feel like that you don't want to ask people to join because you feel like you're hounding them, or because you feel like you already know that they don't want to join, right? And one way is because of either the MLM stigma, right? Direct sales stigma, and you're embarrassed, right? Which I was 100% that person. I was super embarrassed to be a part of Scentsy. I was super embarrassed to say that I was actually working it. I was actually working towards something. If anyone asked me about it, I was like, oh, it's just this random little thing I do on the side. It's no big deal. Like, I really just buy from myself. Just don't even talk to me about it, you know, because I didn't want them to be like, oh, are you one of those that are just, you know, messaging everyone you've never met before kind of thing, right? So that's, it's a horrible stigma, and direct sales has a stigma like that because so many people have done it wrong for so long, and there's still leaders out there, not in Scentsy that I've seen anyway, but in other companies that still train this whole like, hey, message that girl from high school that you haven't talked to for 20 years and tell them you have this great new opportunity for them. You know, there's still people teaching that way. And so when I decided that I was going to move forward with building a team, I was like, my goal is to change the stigma. Like, I don't want anybody to feel, you know, gross or, you know, like they're being hounded or anything like that. Like, I want them to feel like they're shopping at Publix or Target, right? And if you're down here in Florida, you know about Publix, and we love Publix. I love shopping at Publix because they're just wonderful, warm, inviting people. You could say that about Starbucks too, right? So, so either you're embarrassed and you have that whole like, oh, I don't want to recruit people because I know how to do it, and it's just ask all these people that I don't know how to, you know, if they want to join my team, right? Or you don't want to ask people because you're thinking about yourself. And not saying that you're selfish, but especially when we're in an incentive period and you're like, oh, I want to get all of that free product, or I really want to go on that trip. Well, in order to do that, you have to recruit people and help them get certified, help them meet goals, right? So if you're thinking about it that way, as in, I need to recruit 3 people because I want to get a bunch of free Scentsy, when you go to approach and ask someone, you already feel gross because you're doing it for yourself, right? You're being selfish because you're like, oh, I'm only asking you to join so you can help me earn a trip, or so you can help me earn free product, right? And that's definitely, it's hard to kind of turn it off. And so you really kind of have to practice at the whole what's in it for them. And you have to really be focused on helping others. Like, that has, at the end of the day, that's what you have to do, right? Is you want to help other people. I just want to help other people, right? So to answer the question of how do you get people to join when they don't want to join, you don't. You don't get people to join. If they don't want to join, they don't want to join, and that's okay. People join for a lot of different reasons, and that kind of took me a while to really understand. But, you know, people join for funds, friends, or fun is typically the three categories that you can put it in, right? So funds, whether they just want cash back on their own purchases, right? There's a ton of you guys in this group that you just buy from yourself and that's it. Of course, you're not watching this video, but they're in here, right? They're in the group. So that goes under funds. Maybe they just want a little extra cash to do, you know, date nights or movie nights or some fun with the kids or something like that. They're not looking to make a career out of Scentsy. They just want some extra pocket money. That's funds, right? Tax write-offs. There's a lot of people with other businesses and people that like make a lot of money that they'll do a direct sales company, so they have more stuff that they can write off and not have to pay as much taxes, right? I love the tax benefits of having your own business. It's amazing. So then friends, right? A lot of people are just lonely and want some friends and some fun. They want something fun to do on the side. Obviously, I'm grouping these two together. They want some fun hobby to do on the side. I did that a lot in the very beginning. It was just super fun for me to come in here and like package up orders and make cute little notes and, you know, ribbons and bags. And I just, you know, make everything cutesy when I make up my happy mail and come up with new flyers to print out. Like that stuff is fun for me. I really enjoy doing that. And so that's why I do it, you know? And some people just, you know, maybe they've moved to a new town and they want to try to make more friends or, you know, whatnot. And a lot of people join for that reason. So once you realize that people can join for any reason at all, you kind of get out of the, I already know they're not going to want to join because there's so many people. That's okay. It was blind to me anyway. My computer went to sleep, so my light went off. There's so many of you in here that I waited super long to ask because I was like, they're not going to want to join anyway. And then I asked them, I finally got up the courage and I asked some of you guys and you're like, oh yeah, that sounds so fun. Let's do it. I've been thinking about it all along. And there you go. So I want to get back to the selfish thing. When you turn it around into a who can I help kind of thing and not who can I get. So that's why I don't really like that the setting the goal of how many people are you going to recruit. So you might hear that a lot, like, oh, you should have a goal of recruiting 2 people a month, right? I don't like that because then it's like, it makes me feel gross because I feel like I'm searching for people for my benefit, right? Like, oh, I need to, who can I get today? Like, who can I talk to, you know, get them to join so I can check it off my list that I, you know, sponsored 2 people this month, right? I don't like that. So it's more, I think of it more of a, who can I help? Like, who can I give a kit to where they can get discounts, or who is getting ready to get married and they need to save up for, you know, wedding stuff, or, you know, who's wanting to take a really big trip to Disney or whatever the case may be, right? And so when you think about it, and it takes time and it takes practice, right? No one is a natural recruiter, at least I don't think anyway. It should eventually kind of come naturally to you if you start thinking about it in that manner. And you kind of look for those opportunities. So like, for example, say you just join and it's fun and you're getting all the smells in and you're smelling all the things, and you're trying out all these products you haven't tried before that came in your starter kit, and it's super fun. Who else would you want to have fun with, right? Like, ask your best friend. Hey, like, I just joined Scentsy. Turns out it's pretty freaking fun. I started making these cute little wax mold samples and, you know, putting these little bags together, and it's so super fun. Why don't you join and have some fun with me? We'll have some sample parties. You can come over, we can make samples together, right? It's just, you're literally just offering fun to your best friend. It's not like, oh, why don't you join my team so I can make more money, right? It's like, when I ask people to join, at this point, I literally have no benefit for me in my head. Like, it's all about you guys. It's all about you guys. So, best customers. I try to recruit all of my best customers, because if they're my best customer, it means that they're spending a lot on Scentsy, and they should get discounts. They should get cash back, right? A lot of people in this group spent a ton of money with me, and I'm like, look, I've got a discounted kit. Take my discounted kit and start getting paid on your own thing, on your own purchases. Stop giving me all your money. Like, you spend so much. I've benefited from all of your money long enough. Just get a discount. You deserve it, right? And some people do and some people don't, right? A lot of people still, I feel like, maybe think there's a catch or a trick or something like that. And you're always gonna kind of deal with that. But I'm just like, get a discount. You can at the very minimum now get a discount for an entire year and not do anything else. Just get a discount on your own purchases, right? So that's what I do. And I typically, I pull reports for the last 3 months, and I look at my top customers, who's ordered like maybe 3 times in those 3 months, who's spent, you know, like 150, maybe $200 in those 3 months, who buys a lot of Disney stuff, right? And then I see if they just want to get a discount on their own things when I have free kits, okay? Speaking of Disney, I can't remember if I told you guys in the group or not, but with my accelerated leadership class, there was a girl that had talked about she would message her Disney freak friends, right, to join, because that's the only way that you can get a discount on Disney, because you can't use Hostess rewards to get Disney products, right, because it's licensed. The only way that you could get a discount is by joining and getting that cash back, that commission check on your own purchases, which I thought was freaking genius. Like, I never even thought of that before. So all of your customers that buy all the Disney things all the time, when all the new launches come out, they should join so they can get a discount on all of this stuff. And we have so much Disney stuff coming out. I'm so excited. That's a whole nother topic. Super excited about that. What time is it? I feel like I'm talking really fast, which I do. It's okay. I'm trying to follow my notes so I don't get too far off where I wanted to go with the conversation. Oh, I heard this the other day. Jen Audette said, it might have been in the monthly movement group. She says that she sits down at the beginning of every month and she thinks of 5 reasons why April is the best month to join Scentsy, or May, or whatever month it happens to be, right? Because there's always some reason, and then you can take those reasons and think about people that you can help, right? So whether it's, you know, maybe it might be a month where we have extra things in the join kit. Sometimes they do that. Or maybe it's a month like this month where we have a ton of Disney stuff coming out, and R2-D2 warmers coming out in May. And And so like if you have people that love LTOs or love Scentsy Buddies or like love Star Wars, like this is a great time to join, because then they can join and give discount on all their stuff, right? So I wrote this down too. So a lot of people, when you listen to other sponsoring and recruiting training calls, they'll talk about like reaching out to people that you know need extra income, right? So I've done that a few times, but a lot of times that's kind of hard to know unless it's like really in your inner circle, I feel like, you know what I mean? Because most of your probably acquaintances, you're not gonna know them that personally enough to where you're like, oh, she needs more money. You know what I mean? So I've done that a few times, obviously with some of my close friends that I do know. Oh, this could help you out and, you know, help you make some extra money, and I can show you and all the things. So I focus more on discounts, which a lot of you probably know, because a lot of you probably joined because I said, hey, why don't you get a discount on your own stuff? And then you join, and then you find out that it's super fun and that everybody loves Scentsy, and you're like, oh, well, let me just do some extra stuff and make some more money, right? So I kind of meet them. I think of it as I'm meeting them where they are. And when you watch other videos, it's like, oh, you know, dream big and change your life. And like I follow a bunch of people on Instagram, and a lot of times in their story, they're like, you know, come join Scentsy and quit your job and all this kind of stuff, which you can do 100%. But most people, when they're watching that, they're not thinking like, oh man, I wish I could quit my job and move to the beach. Well, I mean, they are thinking that. I mean, I think that every day. But they're not going to really join for that typically, right? So I'm meeting them where they're at. What do they probably want right now? A discount on their wax. So that's what I'm going to offer them, because that's their need, and I want to meet their need. They buy a lot of wax, they should get a discount. Here's how you can do it, right? So I know they don't want to join. So I hear that a lot too. And I said the same exact thing. So it's okay. We're all here in the same boat. But then I think, like, how do you know they don't want to join? Right? How do you know? And then why are you making the decision for them? Like, would you want someone making your decisions for you? Right? So I love analogies, and I was thinking about this in the shower the other day. That's where I do all my greatest thinking, is in the shower. And so I come up with this analogy, right? So you go over to a friend's house, right? For whatever reason. And it's hot outside and you're thirsty, but you come in and you sit down, and your friend goes and gets some water and sits down next to you and is drinking this water, right? And they're just enjoying the water, and it's cold, and you're chatting, you're talking about things. Then she goes and gets like this Crystal Light packet, and she's like, oh my gosh, this is the best Crystal Light ever. It's so good. She's mixing it up, she's drinking it. She's like, oh my gosh, this is just amazing. You wouldn't even believe how awesome this Crystal Light is. And she's drinking all the water. Never asks you if you want a drink. Never asks you if you want water or if you're thirsty. Because maybe she's thinking, oh, she don't want any water. It's fine. She doesn't need anything to drink. It's cool. And you're over here sitting like, damn, it's hot outside. I'm really thirsty. And you're telling me how amazing this Crystal Light is, and like not even offering me a drink. Like, why can't I try it? You're just sitting there drinking in front of me, right? Same thing. Okay? I think that was a good analogy. Y'all tell me what you think. So, one of the things that I thought about is the whole part of it where it's like, well, what if I ask them and then they never talk to me again, right? And so, same analogy, you go over to a friend's house, the friend asks you, hey, do you want a soda? If you don't drink soda and you hate soda, or maybe you're allergic to soda, right? You're probably not going to freak out that they asked you if you wanted a soda, right? Like, oh my gosh, I'm absolutely appalled. Block my number. Do I look like I drink soda to you? No. Get out of my face right now. That's probably not going to happen. But that's what you think's going to happen when you ask someone to join, right? And I know because that's what I thought too. Like, I waited way too long because I was like, if I ask them, they're literally never going to talk to me again. But then really, if they're literally never going to talk to you again, maybe they shouldn't be your friend to begin with, right? Because why would your friend never talk to you again? Which, just side plug, you shouldn't be asking anybody that you don't know. Don't ask someone you haven't talked to before to join. Do not ask someone that you don't normally have conversations with. Okay? I don't ask anyone. I want to make sure I'm not lying. I don't think I've asked anyone that hasn't been a customer at least one time. They've had to at least purchased from me one time. So don't do that. Don't ask people that you don't know or that you don't have an actual relationship with. That's my own opinion. Other people might tell you differently. I don't like it. I think you need to build a relationship first and then ask them if you think it's right whenever you feel comfortable, right? But build the relationship first. And I'm almost done. So be casual when you're asking, right? You're not asking for them to loan you $1,000. You're not asking them to donate a kidney. I am way super casual when I ask people to join. And I've shared in the group before, and I'm going to share it again since we're talking about it, like actual conversations that I've had with you guys before you joined. So I have all the names blocked out and pictures and stuff. I think I have 4 different conversations. 2, I think are with a party, like you were a hostess and we did a party. And then 2 were just customers that I randomly reached out to and asked about joining. So super casual. This is a fun business. So yes, it's stressful. I'm not gonna pretend like it's not, because when you're still in that space, it's very stressful. I'm super introverted. I was practically vomiting when I started asking people to join. Okay. I get it 100%, but the only way to get better is you have to do it. Some of you have told me before, like, I'm working on the courage to ask people to join. How are you working on that? Because just sitting here thinking about it all day is not building courage at all. Like, you actually have to do it. And I promise it gets so much easier. But just make it casual and fun. And when they say no, okay, cool. I asked my friend the other day, Stacy Ann, I said, hey, I've got a free kit. You buy a crap ton of Scentsy from me. Why don't you take my free kit? You can buy stuff from yourself, and your mom loves Scentsy, so have her get some orders from you and get cash back on your own stuff. And she's like, no, I'm good. I'll just keep ordering from you. And I'm like, okay, cool. I'll keep taking your money. Thanks. You know? And then that was it. Like, I didn't die, you know? She said no, and I'm like, okay, cool. Whatever. Crossed her off my list, you know? So be super casual with it. And the last thing that I want to talk about is have people come to you. Now, I have heard of other people saying that people message them all the time. It's like, hey, I want to join Scentsy, right? I've had quite a few of you come to me about it, right? But the reason that you come to me is because I share it, right? Like, I share on my regular profile, right? Not just in my VIP group, but in my regular profile, that I'm having fun, that I'm doing team shout outs and stuff like that, right? That Scentsy doing things for me, like, you know, if I'm paying off debt, I'm going to talk about it. If I take a trip that Scentsy pays for, I'm going to talk about it, as in my Scentsy paycheck, not my incentive trip. You know, what was the last thing we did? It might have been, I don't remember. I think Quade's birthday last year, Scentsy paid for that whole birthday trip. We went down south to the beach and stayed for like 4 days or something, and my Scentsy paycheck paid for the whole entire thing. I talked about that because that's freaking amazing. I didn't have to dip into my savings or my bill money for that, you know? Oh, the fair. Yes, the fair. The fair is freaking expensive. Like, Clay County Fairs here, that I feel like it's doubled since they didn't have it last year. They're like, oh, I'm gonna make up some money from last year since we didn't have it. Since he paid for us to go to the fair, okay? So share that kind of stuff. If you get a fun prize from me, or even if it's not so fun, if you get any kind of recognition, right, share that on your main page. Like, oh, I love my Scentsy team and getting fun prizes and all that kind of stuff, right? Like, that's how you can attract people to you, which is so much easier than you asking them. It's amazing when they pop in your messenger and like, hey, Scentsy looks so fun. Like, tell me about joining, right? But you have to share and put it out there that you are having fun and that you are getting benefits from Scentsy, right? Otherwise, how are they gonna know, right? And then of course, just have fun, because this is a fun job. And if you're not having fun, then we need to chat about it, because I always tell people, if you're not having fun, you need to change something, because this is your fun job. This is not your stressful, I want to quit every day job, right? So I'm a little bit over, but hopefully that was good for you guys. If you have any questions or comments, drop them below. I'm going to just look really quick here. Shelly says, if you talk to someone about joining, then they ghost you when you are talking to them. Do you move on or just wait a bit and re-present the opportunity to them? This has happened to me, happened after talking to a couple of people about joining, and they've seemed genuinely interested. So what I do, if I message someone about joining and we've talked about it, and then maybe I follow up. So obviously I don't know the exact conversation that you had. So they were interested in joining. I reached out to them. I told them about some things. Now, I could tell you this. It could be like overwhelming for them, number one, okay? So if you have happened to word vomit, I'm a huge word vomiter. And so I actually, when people ask me about joining, I send them a voice message and I'm like, oh, I would love to tell you about Scentsy. I could actually talk about Scentsy forever and ever, amen. So why don't you just go ahead and tell me what your questions are, and then I'll answer your questions and we'll go from there. And then I just answer their one question that they give. How much is it to join? $99. How much do you get paid? 20 to 30%, right? It helps me from word vomiting. But to answer your question, so if I followed up with them, hey, did you have any more questions, blah, 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 and they don't answer me, then I kind of just wait a couple of weeks. I try to talk to them other ways, like on Facebook versus like individual message. So maybe like on Facebook, just trying to engage with them in comments or something like that. Cause maybe they've decided it's not for them, but they don't, you know, they know you and they're probably your friend and they don't want to be like, no, I don't want to do it, you know? Or maybe they feel like you're going to say, oh no, just do it anyway. Right. So maybe they're not comfortable with it from their side. So I just kind of take it really slow. And if they quit responding to me, then they quit responding to me. And I just, like I said, try to talk to them in comments and stuff about not Scentsy things. And then sometimes I'll reach out to them and be like, hey, I'm putting in an order. Did you need to get some more Blue Grotto bars? Or whatever the case may be, right? I just kind of like blow over it and not make it a big deal. So hopefully that's helpful. Okay, all right, perfect. So any more questions, you can drop them below and I'll come back and answer them. Otherwise, thanks so much for hanging out with me this Monday night, and I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Mwah. Bye, y'all.